There are very few cars in this world that get universal respect. The Ferrari F40 is a unicorn that we can all agree on, but there's another, more exotic car that gets every petrolhead's heart beating harder.
It's amazing, it's beautiful, it's incredible. This is the Honda NSX. Developed with the help of Ayrton Senna, made perfect at Suzuka, a 90s supercar, Ferrari 348 Challenger. It's the first supercar from Honda, and the next one that's coming out is a hybrid. But let's stick with this, it's incredible. Mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, 3.2 litre V6 sitting behind me.
With 276 bhp, the NSX will hit 0 to 62 in 5.7 seconds. Flat out, it'll do 168.
I can't say that I've seen another NSX on the roads today. I can't even say that I've seen another NSX in the past, I don't know, 4 months. The last time I did see one actually was at the Goodwood Festival of Speed in the car park, but it wasn't as nice as this.
Even by today's standards and ridiculous power outputs, the NSX almost lives up to its hype. The noise from the engine dominates the driving experience, making you redline every gear through each crisp shift.
The gearbox is amazing, 6-speed manual gearbox here, beautiful little throws, like proper short shifting, really nice, notchy, precise, and the pedal weights as well, nice and heavy. I like heavy pedal weights, you've got to work for it. When you get out of this car, you've got a bit of a leg ache. You know, too many cars these days, they drive themselves, you don't have to even think about it. With this, you've got to be on the ball, you've got to push down hard, you've got to really whack the gear stick into gear, and you've got to think, you've got to be on your toes. Everything is just, oh, it's factory fresh, it smells awesome, oh, it's so nice. And the way it makes you feel when you're really pushing on is, it's just a proper throwback to the 90s. There's no turbocharging, it's just V6, 3.2 litres, 280 horsepower, going through the rear wheels, and a lot of grip as well, so you don't have to worry too much.
The handling and suspension rates are raw and involving, and the feeling you get when you look at the wonderfully dated interior is awesome. But there's one massive thing that spoils the party, and that's the steering, which is too damn slow to make the most of such a fine chassis. Why Honda went with such a slow rack back in the day boggles the mind, but I'm not a fan.
Now the thing I've noticed about what happens when the VTEC kicks in on this engine is that it's still really linear. It doesn't suddenly go blah, and then the whole world goes into warp speed and you're like, blah, VTEC kicked in, blah. You don't really notice any increase in power. It sounds a little bit different, it sounds a little bit fruitier, but yeah, it's not one of those kind of VTEC kicked in memes, yo. It's just power all the time.
Nowadays, a low mileage example like this will set you back around £65,000, which, for its rarity, unicorn status, and for the fact that it's appreciating like a house, is money well spent.
What do I have to give to own one of these cars? I don't know how many of these are left in the world, but there can't be many that are as in good a condition as this. 24,000 and now 16 miles. 24,000, 16 miles. And now it's time to take this car back, which means I won't be able to drive this tomorrow, and that makes me sad. Usually I'll drive a car that I think's really awesome, I'll drive it for a day and then I think, wow, okay, I'm done with this. I've kind of scratched that itch. But with the NSX, my whole body itches.
My day spent with the NSX for this video will be hard to top for one reason. To quote the late great Ayrton Senna, "We are made of emotions, we are all looking for emotions. It's only a question of finding the way to experience them." And on that day, the NSX was exactly what I was looking for.
So for now, my old friend, let's say goodbye with a song of our people.
We're just in the middle of filming here, and who walks in? It's Mr. Tim Burton, aka Shmee. Hi, how you doing?
Hi. I didn't know this was going to be here.
Yeah.
At all.
Thoughts?
Do you want the truth?
Just some thoughts.
It's interesting.